these connections. All contracts are now void and replaced with my sovereignty, power, and freedom. I command that all energy fragments or connections that do not belong to me be immediately returned to their source, cleansed and neutralized, and that all parts of my energy be fully restored to me, complete and whole. This command is absolute, irreversible, and upheld by the highest divine authority. It is done. Right time, wrong place. Y'all niggas won't play in my face.
Period.
Oh, God. Disconnection and sovereignty. I command by my divine authority that all soul contracts, agreements, vows, bindings, or energetic ties to myself and any entity, soul, or being, whether in this realm, any other, or across all timelines, lifetimes, dimensions, and realities, be immediately revoked, dissolved, and nullified. I command the full and permanent release of all obligations, karmic ties, and entanglements tied to these connections. All contracts are now void and replaced with my sovereignty, power, and freedom. I command that all fragments or connections that do not belong to me be immediately returned to their source, cleansed and neutralized, and that all parts of my energy fully restored to me, complete and whole. This command is absolute, irreversible, and upheld by the highest divine authority. It is done.
Over and done with.
Rooted in divine worth. Heavenly Father, we come before you with open hearts, lifting up our beloved who feels the weight of others' judgments. When whispers and sideways glances cloud their spirit, remind them that you're the ultimate protector, their anchor, and their truth. Let them know that their worth isn't defined by anyone's opinion or by the job that they do. It's defined by the love that you have for them, a love that surpasses all. Lord, plant within them the courage to stand strong against the tides of judgment. When they feel diminished or unseen, remind them that you see every effort, every struggle, and every act of integrity that they pour into their work and their life. Strengthen them with the truth that they are chosen, called, and deeply valued. Let them walk with confidence, knowing that their identity is rooted in you, not in any label or circumstance. May they find peace in your promise that all things work together for good, that you are guiding them on a path of purpose beyond human understanding. Lift them above negativity and help them see themselves through your eyes as precious, capable, and resilient. Thank you for being their shield and source of unwavering hope. Guide their steps and quiet the voices that try to distract them from your love and their purpose. May we all be aware and accountable for our actions. Amen.
Amen.
Right. Prayer for unity and healing. Divine soul.
We got that. Hey, everybody.
Rooted in divine word. Heavenly Father, we come before you with open hearts, lifting.
Well, maybe it wanted to play, so maybe I should just let it play.
Of our beloved,
I'm trying to get Switch set up, so give me 1 second.
When whispers and sideways glances cloud their spirit, remind them that you're the ultimate protector, their anchor, and their truth. Let them know that their worth isn't defined by anyone's opinion or by the job that they do. It's defined by the love that you have for them, a love that surpasses all. Lord, plant within them the courage to stand strong against the tides of judgment. When they feel diminished or unseen, remind them that you see every effort, every struggle, and every act of integrity that they pour into their work and their life. Strengthen them with the truth that they are chosen, called, and deeply valued. Let them walk with confidence, knowing that their identity is rooted in you, not in any label or circumstance. May they find peace in your promise that all things work together for good, that you are guiding them on a path of purpose beyond human understanding. Lift them above negativity and help them see themselves through your eyes as precious, capable, and resilient. Thank you for being their shield and source of unwavering hope. Guide their steps and quiet the voices that try to distract them from your love and their purpose. May we all be aware and accountable for our actions. Amen.
Amen.
Prayer for unity and healing.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a message for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. Pisces, if you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button. It would totally mean the world to me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, 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 everyone. Twitch, why are you having problems already? Welcome, welcome, and more welcome. All right, hopefully that fixes them because I don't got a whole bunch of time to play with them right now. But, something. Strange, as always. Mind you, the charger is working perfectly fine. But for some reason, it wants to play a little game. Oh, what's that song? It's called This Little Game That We Play. Alright, so I don't know what's up with this shit. But Twitch, you gonna need to hold it together, okay? Because I don't know what to say or do about you. I don't know what to say or do about you. You was already giving the word on the streets, okay? Don't be acting the fuck up. Alright, I don't know. But what I ain't gonna do is spend a whole lot of time on it. Everybody that's supposed to be here gonna be here. Everybody that's not won't. So, O cosmic creator, source of all life and light, you're my shepherd, guiding me through every valley, every shadow. I lack nothing. You lead me beside the still waters and restore my soul. In your presence I find peace and strength, for you're with me always. Your rod and staff comfort me, and your love prepares a path before me, even in the face of adversity. Grant me the serenity to embrace what I cannot change, the courage to change what is within my power, and the wisdom to discern the difference. It also says the courage, but we gonna say the wisdom, okay? The courage to change what is within my power, and the wisdom to discern the difference as we walk each day in faith. In the presence of your infinite grace, I'm unafraid, for your kingdom flows through me as it does all creation. With deep gratitude, I give thanks for the miracles already set in motion in my life. Shift what must be shifted, move what needs to be moved, and illuminate my path with your divine light. Align my heart, my actions, and my soul with your will. For I know you have already provided the strength, guidance, and the blessings that I need. I release all fear and I surrender fully to your higher wisdom. May your goodness and mercy follow me all the days of my life as I dwell in your sacred presence, now and forever. All right, so I woke up early. That's what it says. Mind you, first of all, God, give me the strength to deliver this message the way it needs to be delivered, because I need to make sure I hit every mark, cross T's, dot I's, because this is very much important to a lot of you energetically, the way the next set of circumstances are about to play out in your life, okay? So I know we all go back to, you are the architect. You have the power. Show enough, okay? But also, what happens when you feel like you're being worn down by this earth, okay? So the message today is Pisces, blessings times 2. Oh, it says bonus gifts times 2. All right, so I am ecstatic because, the title's always right, and that means that there is something to come. But the funny part is it may feel like everything is going crazy, haywire, right? So, all right, I think we got it. The message that I gave, hey, beautiful Aaron, love you. Thank you for being here. I wrote a message on the wall yesterday, right? Because normally I'm here. Um, Normally it was 7. Time changed. We went to 8. But I'm normally here first thing in the morning. And if you don't have a pen and a piece of paper, I think you should have a pen and a piece of paper because we get ready to do a guideline of what happened. So as I'm doing my guidelines of what happened with me, you need to do your guidelines as to what happened with you because as I told y'all, I teach Earth School. So Earth School is reading the universe, the things that are around you, right? And so I was having a dream last night and it was talking about how people go to tarot because they want to know what's happening, right? They want to know what's happening. Meanwhile, the guideline is already, or the timeline is already telling you what's happening. And so you could go to somebody else, but as you know, the power is within you to figure all these things out. You don't have to go to anybody or anywhere to tell you what's happening with you. The universe is already telling you. So in my dream, it was talking about how, and this was just last night. So it was almost like I was taking a test in my sleep because I don't know how y'all take tests, but when I take tests, in order for me to know that I'm about to pass, if I don't dream about it, if I don't dream about the questions and answer them in my sleep, and mind y'all, I already told y'all, I'm a person who sits in front of you that has taken many certification classes, tests, and everything else, and I passed the first damn time. Because you can go and take it again, but I'm not doing that. We're going to cross T's and dot I's, on the first time. We're going to make a list and check it twice. This is how you're prepared. So apparently last night I was taking a test in my sleep. And so it was talking about tarot. People go to tarot because they want you to tell them, about what's happening around them right here. They want to also tap into other people's energy and, violation. But they also want to tap into other people's energy to find out what the people are doing. Now, what's not a violation is whatever comes to you comes to you. But if you have to pull it, then guess what? Violation. Because that meant that mind your own damn business. So we're gonna go along with the timeline. I left y'all a message. So what I kept seeing also was 219. It was talking about Pisces season. So anyway, the message that I left for y'all, Earth School fam. I know many of you missed our session yesterday, and I felt the energy too, because the energy was feeling very draining, very chaotic, right? Whatever you felt, you felt. Trust that everything is in divine flow. Sometimes a pause is a gift in itself, a chance to reset, reflect, and realign. As we move through the energy, stay open to the subtle blessings around you. Pisces season brings deep intuition and double the magic. So it was going to be a lot of energy as, we went into Pisces season, as we just, got out of Pisces season. But it's always Pisces season because we always learning, we always encompassing, and we're always evolving. So, when we got to be what they say as a karmic energy to anybody in karmics, whether or not, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. You could be karma to somebody or somebody could be karma to you. It could be good karma, it could be bad karma. But most of the time, as you know, Pisces being the last zodiac sign, we encompass. But then there is chaos and confusion that's happening because 13 is a number. It exists, but it doesn't. 13, just so y'all know, is my favorite number because it's my son's birthday. He was born on the 13th day. So when people say Friday the 13th, this, that, and the third is unlucky days, most of the time, because the 13 is my number, I create hella magic on the 13th because it's a beautiful day. the best days of my life, one of the best days of my life. Um, so pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. Take a moment to breathe, ground yourself, and ask, what is the universe whispering to me today? Honor that comes through, honor what comes through. Honor that comes through and honor what comes through. We're in a moment right now in history that I don't know if y'all really truly understand how great of a moment this is. And it don't matter what side you sit on. The side of whether or not it is, you don't understand and it could be fear-based, or whether it's the side where you don't understand and it's magical. And I'm going to just tell y'all one thing that, came to mind. Um, So, and this has nothing to do with nothing, but I thought I should point it out because when we point out the good, we also should point out the bad. But when we point out the bad, because most people will always point out the bad, they never ever point out the good, right? And this could be happening, but I haven't seen it yet. But also, I haven't gave much attention to the internet recently in the past day or two because I was kind of dealing with whatever the energy was at the time, right? And so somebody announced rolling back the end of segregation and this, that, and the third. And I've seen so many black people online saying, good, thank you, welcome. We didn't want to yada, 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 yada. I have yet to see a white person get online and say, thank you for segregating. I haven't seen that yet. They could be saying it. But then it just reminded me when God said, I kept hearing people saying, shut up. And God said, yeah, it should be them. The people that said it, it should be them. Because there was a specific group of people that were saying, sometimes we should just shut up. And we should sometimes just shut up. Because literally, we should just shut up. But the fact that it showed me that a lot of black people are saying, welcome, thank you for segregation, and I haven't seen one white person say that, lets me know one of two things. The first one being, not as many people as we think are happy about segregation on their side. Or the other thing being, we get ready to show them or teach them how to lie better in our face. And that we do not want nor need. Because imagine somebody that wants segregation that now is afraid to say it, but they still acted out behind the scenes. So let's not give them the keys, whoever it is. And again, this ain't about that, but everything's on the table. Mental, physical, spiritual, everything's on the table. So we got to be mindful, even for ourselves, what we're putting out into the universe. Because you know what happens when certain things start to, the power of life and death is in the tongue. So once you speak it from your mouth to God's ears, it goes out into the universe and it starts to create a ripple effect that even we don't understand. So throughout history, and I'm just, again, going to get off this, but I just need to point some things out because it's important that we do so. Throughout history, we have known of several times when segregation was a thing and black people went off to do their own thing, right? And then it was destroyed. So I'm going to say here and now, if in fact that ever comes to an existence, y'all saw what happened. So now do better, because if you build something like that, you also now have to build the other side of that and make sure that you strengthen the warriors. Because eventually you grow and you thrive, they're going to come for your ass. And so when they come, make sure they leave the same way, or worse, that they came over there. Do I want to say that? Sounds like I have to, because there's some stuff that's about to take place. But also know that every black environment is not also a black environment that I wish to go into. So I wouldn't give a damn whether or not they created the own, utopian society, such and such. Because I see some of the, so-called leaders that sit online that are black that I don't want to live nowhere near you. Because it's a thing where, the good old boys is just not in the white community. There's some good old boys that are in the black community too, when they believe that, oh, I got balls, so I should be the leader of something. I wouldn't want to live near you. So for everybody that's on the other side, white people, y'all thinking that all the black people want to go live amongst the black people. We don't. But do I want to live in it goes all the way. I want to live somewhere where it's good people. I want to live somewhere where it makes it the kids are not don't have to be afraid to walk home by themselves, because when I was a kid I played out in the street, or my brothers played out in the street, and everybody knew that when the street lights came on, it's time for y'all to go in the house. I lived in an area, I'm from Dover, Delaware. And maybe you had to lock the doors and close the doors when you were younger, but I don't ever recall that. So there's something that's brewing on the other side, but God didn't give us a spirit of fear. We don't want war, but if you bring it, you gonna get it. But on the other side of that, spiritually, we have to be smart about some things. All right, so that's it for that. So as we move through the energy, stay open to subtle blessings around you. Take a moment to breathe, ground yourself, and ask, what is this universe whispering to me today? Honor what comes through. So today, was yesterday, and yesterday is now today. Now we're here, right? So as I went going through the whole entire message and about delays are not denied. The delay is not denial. So why was the message yesterday delayed? I show up here every day. But something happened that set the ball rolling in another way. So what happened was I woke up at 2:32 the night before. That's how it first started. So let's get the message for 2:32. 2:32 angel number. All right. So again, remember, we're making a timeline. This is how you read the universe. If nobody ever taught you how to actually stay in sync with the universe, this is your moment. This is your time to shine. Don't say you never was shown this, because you're welcome. Mind you, I've been doing this my whole entire life. It works. It works. And I've been put in some very good positions. So I'm not going to step here and tell y'all, oh, this is how you manifest. I ain't going to teach you how to manifest shit. Because guess what? Whatever is meant to come through this is going to manifest all on its own, because the universe is already talking to you. You're doing it yourself. I'm going to just give you the keys as to show you why certain things are happening to you right in front of you, because this ball is already rolling. Pick up what it's putting down. Okay? So angel number 232 is a powerful message of balance, faith, and divine support. I didn't look the number up before I got here, so just so y'all know, whatever is happening right now and whatever's about to unfold in front of y'all face is the same thing that I do every day. I sit online and I tell y'all, this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what the universe showed me, this was the signs, this was the synchronicities, and I promise you, for everything that I got my ass into, I also get my ass out of, because I sit in front of y'all a person who likes to touch the stove. I mean, I'm very, very honest. So I could hear the universe say, don't do this. I can hear it very clearly. The universe will send people to say, don't do this. And I do it anyway. Because sometimes that's what I want to do. It's fun. Now, it's not so fun when I get my ass handed to me and I got to deal with it. I'm also a person who won't do certain things from the gate because I know I'm going to get punished. Like a lot of shit that a lot of y'all people be out here doing stuff for love, I won't do because I know better. I get hit for it really, really quickly. So take it how it resonates for you on the flip side of whatever it is you're about to get shown. But something should be unfolding for you if you do this right. Because what numbers was shown to you? Because here and now, you're being offered something. It says bonus gifts times 2. And I know a lot of y'all hear that, but you don't hear it. We're going to give it to you plain and simple. Angel number 232 is a powerful message of balance, faith, and divine support. It encourages you to trust your path and stay optimistic as your angels and spiritual guides are working alongside you. Good morning, Strength. Welcome. Thank you for being here. 2 appears twice, representing harmony, partnerships, intuition, and trust in divine timing. Its repetition amplifies its influence. So 3 symbolizes creativity, growth, joy, and divine communication. Divine communication. Because we're talking to the universe and the universe is talking back. The universe is trying to tell you something. It's leading you somewhere. If you miss the message, it's your fault. Because not only are they going to tell you once, they're also going to tell you twice. They're also going to send somebody to be your confirmation. Whether you listen or not is all on you. But don't say I didn't tell you that they were talking to you, because they were. It also connects to the Ascended Masters, signaling their guidance. 232 as a whole, this number is a reminder to maintain faith and balance in your personal and spiritual life. It reassures you that even if you feel uncertain, you are being divinely supported and guided towards your highest good. Trust the process. Things may not unfold exactly as planned, but the universe is aligning everything perfectly behind the scenes. Hey, Benita, because I just told y'all, normally I'm here Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock a.m. Yesterday, that changed. It wasn't that I didn't want to be here. I wasn't allowed to be here. There was something else taking place. The universe was giving me messages. So I had to follow what the universe said. But also, this is going to be somebody's confirmation as to you've been waiting for something and you haven't received it yet. It doesn't mean you're denied. It doesn't mean that it's not coming. It just means that the universe is orchestrating it in a way, or it has to be in alignment. So it doesn't mean that you're not receiving it. It may be a day late, but it's going to be the way that it's supposed to be given. So if you felt that it's on the way, because something amazing is happening right now, and I don't know if y'all feel it, but I can definitely feel that. Is everything in the world seeming like it's perfect? No, it's chaotic. But if you listen to this channel, you also know that there is such a thing as this thing happening simultaneously at this time, something else happening, and chaos can be, or is orchestrated as well. So it's like the perfect storm. It looks chaotic, but it does a thing that is amazing and miraculous. And then you realize that this was meant to happen for the other thing to happen. So things may not be unfolding exactly as planned, but the universe is aligning everything perfectly behind the scenes, because we make plans and God laughs. We want things to go the way that we need them to go, or we think that we need them to go, but the universe, basically, you deserve better. Sometimes we sell ourselves short, where we will accept this person because, oh, we just love this person, they look good, this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, person is trash. Oh, we like this job because, it's a good title, but that job is killing you because, one, you're not getting the days off that you should. It's taking too much of your time. They're putting too much pressure on you. Meanwhile, the title's great, but it's your early grave. friends, family, people who are, come around us telling us how great we are, but we're only that great until they can't get something from us. You're only as great as your next no. As soon as you say no, guess what? It's over. Hey, Sheree. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So, stay positive. Your thoughts and energy shape your reality. So, keep your mindset focused on hope and gratitude. How do you keep your mind focused on hope and gratitude when everything is chaotic around you? Everything is falling apart from your mind's, from your view. You can't do this. You need a car. You need a house. Your kids need this. Your family needs that. How am I supposed to stay positive in all of these things, God? It don't feel like I want to do this, but meanwhile I only have the funds to do that. My family needs a new place to stay. It's too much. Everything around me is going chaotic. Well, it could get worse. That's the first thing. So the first thing is always to see the silver lining. You know how many people I have pissed off? And I tell you, like, I am not joking. People get upset when you're a positive person, even in the midst of shit happening. But I've learned over the years that trouble don't last always. Put it in your pocket. Trouble don't last always. And for everything that is happening, it could be worse. I gave y'all an incident the other day about me getting in an accident that I didn't cause. One person ran the stop sign. That car hit another car. That car hit the car that was in front of me at a stop sign. That car got pushed back into me. Now, come to find out, nobody in that accident has insurance but me. But my insurance company says, oh, I'm not paying for that because, XYZ. You were doing something that, we don't deem to have on your policy, which should make sense because I didn't have a person in my car. All I had was some groceries in my car. But either way, neither here nor there. The point of it is nobody had insurance. And so now my car is damaged. But the flip side of that and the silver lining is three cars got towed away. My car is the only one that didn't get towed away. I can still utilize my car. Now, it did mess up some of my money, but I can still make money in my car. And also the problem that the insurance company deemed that they didn't want to pay for my car for is now fixed. But at the end of the day, it wasn't fixed, so it wasn't covered at that moment. Mind you, I had full coverage insurance. But there is a way where full coverage insurance in Georgia and the insurance companies are not putting, you have to check, what do they call it? Uninsured motorists is another outside box or add-on. When the fuck did that ever become a thing? But, as we know, this is how the big boxes get away with fucking the little people, because anytime I've ever put full coverage on my car, it meant full coverage. I've never known in any other state that I've ever been to that you got to check an outside box for something that should be included in the policy. Either way, neither here nor there. The point of it is I could be upset by the whole entire ordeal because I got involved in something that I should have never been involved in. And meanwhile, now I'm having to suffer a problem that I shouldn't have to suffer. But something is meant to come out of this. And like I said, every car that was in that accident, for nobody to have insurance, everybody just lost their mode of transportation. And for the simple fact that they didn't have insurance lets me know that they clearly probably didn't have shit else. And the cars wasn't, all fancy cars, this, that, and third. Those people was just probably struggling to try to figure out how to get from point A to point B, how to make their life, this, that, and third. And they took a risk on being outside with no insurance. And why would I be defending other people? I really don't want to. But at the end of the day, I don't know what those people were what was going on in those people's lives. At the end of the day, all I know is that something happened that I wasn't in control of. I mean, in the end result is I have to fix whatever it was that happened. And so now I'm responsible for something that I thought should have already been covered. And give me 1 minute, because TikTok, I'm putting a battery on y'all. Now I'm responsible, or being held responsible, for something that I should already be covered for. I paid fucking $300 a month in insurance. Now I gotta pay for a car to get fixed too. That I at the time had only paid my third payment. Had not even paid my third payment. I just got that car. Mind you, November, Thanksgiving, I got somebody hit me Thanksgiving and ran. So there was no coverage from that accident either, because the person, it was a hit and run. And now my lawyer is arguing with Avis and Uber that have platforms that have a lot of people on them that actually help the people. But come to find out, a lot of y'all don't realize that if you're doing a platform and you're paying insurance to the rental car, they don't have no coverage on y'all. So be mindful of that. And it could be the reason for me to sit down here on my platform and tell y'all to fix it. Because that could be somebody's last, hope and prayer. Okay, I got in an accident and I already was having an issue where I couldn't feed my family, and I didn't know that I was paying insurance to, Avis is under Uber and some other stuff. And then, mind you, they had the audacity to raise the insurance, but they have no bodily injury on you. They have nothing on you unless you hit somebody else, and all the coverage that you're paying for, even all the extra money. Because I went through a raise, mind you, I was paying $365 a week for a rental car that had no coverage on a person. These companies are out for themselves. So maybe that might be the plight. God got me in the accident. It didn't, hurt me that bad. Meanwhile, I can come here and now tell many people are on those platforms. Many people use those to kind of, because you can make a lot of money on those platforms if in fact that, something is happening in your favor. But a lot of people use those platforms to build their lives, not knowing that one mistake could really end it all. All right. Sheree, same as here in Michigan, shaking my head. Girl, so we have to trust the process, okay? Stay positive and divine support. Angels and spiritual guides. I don't know why I have a stutter today, because I don't stutter. So anybody that knows me, I don't stutter. But apparently I have a stutter today. Angels and spiritual guides are working with you to help manifest your desires, especially in relationships and creative endeavors. So I just also wanted to say that apparently, since I have a stutter, somebody around that stutters. Again, read the universe, because when stuff starts to happen, I told y'all, if you don't know and you're new here, I'm a collector. So my energy it collects from other people outside of this. You could be watching it. I'll start doing something that is totally not my shit, but I know it's not my shit, and until I figure it out, I'll keep doing it until the person shows up. And then on top of that, the person has to show up, because if you've entered into my energy and you're making me do that, I'm summoning your ass, because I need to know who it is, and let's get it done and over with quickly. All right. So if you've been seeing the number 232, take it as a sign to stay patient, balanced, and open to divine guidance. Your angels are with you, ensuring that everything unfolds at the perfect time. Okay, so I woke up at 2:32. They were telling me to stay patient, ensuring that everything is unfolding at the perfect time. So don't be in a panic. So stuff is about to happen. Don't be in a panic. It's going to be cool. All right, so that was the first thing. 2:32, I woke up early. So from that point on, it's something that I was watching called The Alchemy of Souls. All right. It's on Netflix. So what ended up happening was The Alchemy of Souls. I sat down the day before. I don't even watch TV, but somehow, the day before that, no, it might have been 2 days. A couple days before that, right? I started in my system sit down and just watch something. I got a TV right here. I got a TV in every room in my house. None of the TVs are normally on unless I'm playing my Spirit Light Worker channel on YouTube. So I'll turn that on. I'll turn the TV down and I'll let the stuff play. Okay. Same thing that welcome Judith. Thank you for being here. Same thing that I asked my friends to do on my channel. Y'all heard what I said. Her name is Judith, right? But Judith, I love you. It has nothing to do with you. You were meant to show up. But I said Judas. Y'all know what Judas is. So Judith has nothing to do with you other than the fact that you showed up. And now we have that. So we're going to add Judas into the situation because, you know, we just going to put that there. Anyway, days before that, because it means something. All right. And it may have went over somebody else's head, but I heard it. I picked it up. It was important. Sit down and watch something. Now, I don't know if y'all been realizing it or not, but we've been dealing with this situation where it is soul shifting. Where, you know, all of a sudden, somehow, in the past year or two, it started to be this big old thing about people talking about trading destiny swapping with somebody, right? But we also know that what's for you was for you. What's for you will always be for you. But we also know that the lesson, if you don't get it on this lifetime, you may have to get it on another lifetime, right? I don't know about y'all, but I already said it. I'm tired of coming to this godforsaken place because at this point, this got to be hell because what the fuck? But it also has to be heaven at the same time because where there's one, there's also the other. And so on one side, it could be chaos, but on the other side, it could be peace in heaven. So we're going through all the experiences all at one time. But there are some people who you know, claim to be in powerful positions that want to keep putting their feet on people's necks. And you got to keep your hands and feet inside of the ride. They tell you that every time you get on, right? So the journey of life, keep your hands and feet inside of your own, you know, energetic field circumference. But people keep wanting to put the hands and feet outside of that. It's going to create you some major problems. So anyway, now watching this show. And it's called The Alchemy of Souls. And what they do is, and I don't know if these people are Japanese, Chinese, but all it gave me was ancient Chinese secret. So, Calgon, take me away. We already know that the power of life and death is in the tongue, but art also imitates reality, right? And so, and mind you, this is some foreign shit, and I don't know how my, you know, algorithm got to that. Anyway, best show ever. Y'all should watch it. Now, and mind you, they have 2 seasons, which now shows me 2 seasons. I've been picking up somebody's energy. Mind you, somebody been heavily in my business, right? And people be watching TV, a lot of shit. So some of the things that I was picking up on, now I'm realizing are on that show. Y'all know, like the shaman and the masters, many moons ago, things were not what they are now. It was easier to be able to control energy because it wasn't as many people on the planet as there is now. People would go and solitude and sit in mountains and this, that, and the third because they were tapping into the energy. They actually had, you know, the real books that they were writing as they were learning some of these things. But throughout history, you realize that things are just not the same. So the energy that they was tapping into, you could very well believe was out into the universe, right? And so they came upon these crystals, which reminded me of also, I don't know if y'all ever heard about the crystal skulls or any of that. I don't know if you ever watched Indiana Jones. I watched Indiana Jones when I was younger, right? And how all of these relics and things of that nature existed. And although some of them may exist now, where do they exist? They exist in a Vatican, in a vault, in a country that has nothing to do with us, but somehow we got to also be mindful. The Game of Thrones talked about land, war, and as y'all know, conquest. So what happened was when everything got divided and everything, this got placed here, and then the names will get changed, and all that shit is real. So regardless of whether or not y'all get mad at the spiritualists that get online, like, they're on to something. They're on to something. Because that shit really existed. Now, whether or not the names, you know, because as art imitates reality, names have been changed to, you know, cover up the identity of such and such. That has happened. I sit in front of you, part of a culture who identity swapping, changing, manipulation was a real thing. And so whether or not we can fathom, okay, these people are just talking this and they're just spewing this because, you know, they're spiritualists, this and a third. Ask the universe for yourself. Ask the universe for yourself. Sometimes you got to really go in for yourself to question, like, how the fuck do you, astaghfirullah, how do you think a lot of these people came into power or came into rule this place, or this place? So, you know, when they say they're playing checkers and you're playing chess, or you're playing chess and they're playing checkers, whoever seems to be the smartest, you know, because they be thinking that the person who's playing chess is the dumbest. But do you just know how to play the game? Because that was a real thing. So, Pisces bonus gift times 2. The Alchemy of Souls, awakening within you. The messages of gift was meant to reach you yesterday, yet it arrived today yet it arrived today. In the grand design of the universe, delays are not denials. They are alchemical processes, ensuring that what is given is aligned with your highest transformation. Just like in the sacred art of soul alchemy, where elements must be purified before they take their final form, y'all, because what's happening in my brain, right? So as I'm reading that, it's a stone, right? And I had told y'all on this channel probably, I don't know, about months and months ago, it was how, it may have been about a year ago, and Jess is one of the people, if she's in here, she was in here yesterday, if she shows up, she's one of the people too. Have y'all ever just been walking, right? And all of a sudden you look down on the ground and you're like, that's a pretty little rock. But it's also calling to you because it's just like, I gotta take it. So, just so y'all know, this has happened many times before. And it's like you traveling or you going somewhere and the universe just delivering you something. Something out of the blue. And so this is one of the things right here. I was just walking one day, and then all of a sudden, this was on the ground. Mind you, this is one of many. But for some reason, it was pick it up and take it with you. Now, I have another one that I keep in my purse that is way shinier than this. It almost seems the same. This is like a little more heavier. The one that's in my purse that I keep with me because it absorbs energy, right? Literally, it works. But these things be calling to you. Pick it up. Because it's like y'all met many, many moons ago, or you crossed paths, or you may have walked where this came from many, many moons ago, right? Either way, you pick it up. You take it home. You wash it. You do whatever it is. You put it somewhere where it now has become a part of you, right? But it's also like the relics, because this could mean nothing or it could mean absolutely everything, because there's people like Jessica in here. Jessica would take these rocks, and they'll be bigger than these and all different types, and she goes through this process of churning them, and it takes a long time. Like, I was on the phone with her for months and she's still churning these rocks, because when you go through the process of churning the rocks, then you got to do it again. It shakes out the sand and does this, and then it turns into something like a beautiful something or other, and then they take it and then they design it into something else. But meanwhile, these rocks that look like nothing have gemstones in them. Hi, Barrel. Good Barrel, 360 correct. Cream, stones, Barrel Factory, green. Okay, so Beryl must be a gym. What do you call them? Gemologist or something. Anyway, so this that looks like this turns into something that looks like this on the other side. It's alchemy, like changing one thing into something else. Hey, Hadish. So that's what I was thinking. But these stones were like crystals. So I was gonna say Indiana Jones crystal skulls. They used to go find hidden things into the universe or into the world, but then it was coveted by certain people, and then the people only thought that they were meant to see it. But meanwhile, the people who they actually belong to are awake and here and now. And so for those people who believe in reincarnation, or the people who know that reincarnation exists, because I have woken up and now I'm a new being, a new creature, right? And so now it's just not me, but it's also me and my avatar. I done told y'all that many, many times, right? How did that happen? Don't know. I got triggered into something that... So when people say, do you believe in reincarnation? Absolutely. Because I can tell you some things that, maybe unfounded, and scientifically they would say, well, that's not right, but you're not going to tell me. I know. So now she's awake, right? And I'm summoning back all of my stuff. So through time and space, from then and now, everything that belongs to me, I want it. Past, present, and future. So when people talk about manifestation, and they will say that, they'll tell you to call upon your stuff, but then they never tell you good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. So then when a lot of y'all then called back a lot of shit, that's why I said I'm not gonna teach you how to manifest nothing, because a lot of y'all not even ready to manifest some of the shit that you're gonna end up with, because good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Could you handle your shit? Past, present, and future. And at this point in time, I told y'all before, I didn't want to have to revisit this place. So at this point, I was going to finish everything that I needed to do. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. So give it to me. So that was the good shit. That was the bad shit. That was everything in between. So when I started, because I keep also explaining to y'all too, manifestation is work. It's work. Whether or not anybody wants to tell you the truth or not, it's work. The prayer of Jabez, I have the book back here. I ain't gonna get it. It says, oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me, and that you would keep me from evil, so I may not cause pain. His mother called him Jabez because he was born in pain. She bore him in pain. So he asked God to bless him so he wouldn't cause pain, because his mother cursed him at birth. A lot of y'all don't even realize the power of life and death is in the tongue. The name that you give is a curse or a blessing. Anyway, God granted him what he wanted, and he was free to go on about his way, right? Why is he only mentioned once? Why did God give him what he wanted? But he said, oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, so that your hand will be with me. When your territory gets enlarged, you do realize that's work. Whether or not you are able to have the people to hire to take care of it, or the people, anytime you got to deal with people on an enlarged territory, enlarged land, enlarged space, you have to still do some work. Whether it's talking to the people, whether it's in whatever it is, it's work. Are you ready for that work? You have to take care of the things that you're being granted and you're being given. It's work. So don't ask for nothing. When the saying is, be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. And then you get the very thing that you asked for, and then you really find out that you didn't want it because you had to work. It takes work. So this is where we have to start thinking about how one dot connects to the other dot, how the other dot connects to the other dot. The shit was real. And it's even happening right now in this time, this space. People want to argue about land. And in the grand scheme of things, because we are thinking, and they want to segregate some stuff, it's about to be about land. That's what people argue over. Natural resources, land, things of that nature. So some people will think, sometimes war, there's casualties of war. Some people will die. A lot of people will die, right? But also, you got to be able to want to fight for something. But I'm about to give you some gifts, okay? Because it's bonus gifts. And whether or not it be land or be a gift, because in the Bible, when God gave gifts and talents, and the people that used their talents, he multiplied them. The people who didn't use the talents, he took them away. Talents and gifts, the alchemy, your magic, because people are going to say, oh, sorcery is bad, this, then, the third, yada, yada, yada. These be the people, same people that wrote these books that say, don't use this, but I'm going to use it on you. Don't do this because, it's bad. It's witchcraft. It's this, then, the third. Meanwhile, they're casting spells the whole entire time. Meanwhile, they're putting curses upon your land because, there was a thing. Oh, let's return the Statue of Liberty. We want the Statue of Liberty back. Take her, please. Take her. It wasn't meant for us, no way. And Lady Liberty and the Statue of Liberty are two different things. And if you don't believe me, look them up. And why do we need a lady that looks like a man? You steady talking about this, that, and the third, but the corruption is already there because the lady looked like a man. Can we put our beautiful, Lady Liberty back? So take her. If y'all want our vote on it, I vote y'all can have her. Y'all gonna come get her because we not paying to take her back, but that's not a threat. Don't threaten us with a good time. Take her ass back. It don't represent us no way. And the people, the freedom, it don't represent us no way. So let them come and take her ass back. But I also feel like that's going to be something that, because once they realized what was being done, it was a curse to begin with. So take it back. Their alchemical processes ensuring that what was given is aligned with your highest transformation. Also, the gems. So the gems, that the natural resources, we could talk about even in places like Africa and things of that nature. Have y'all ever noticed that it's always a thing where let me go steal the resources from another company, another country, or company, because we are a company. Let me go take resources from another company and then not give them basically what it's worth. So I'm gonna go pick up this rock and I'm gonna tell you that it's nothing, but meanwhile I know how to turn this into this. And when I get that I'm doing the work, but I fooled you by making you think that this was nothing. I didn't tell you the real deal. Like, I knew what it was, but I didn't give you the information. All right. So, timeline. We got to stay on the timeline because it's many, many years that's been existing all at the same time. Good morning, son. You ready to go to work? I love you. All right. So, because many, many moons ago. So their alchemical process is ensuring that what is given align with your highest transformation, just like in the sacred art of soul alchemy, where elements must be purified before they take their final form. This delay signifies, and then also, I don't know why I keep going into this, but it's like pressure makes diamonds. So a diamond looks like a piece of coal, but it has to be under pressure, put under pressure in order for it to be made or however. And then somebody has to come along, dig it out and do all this extra stuff with it. And so, I did the work. So I don't know. It's a whole big thing because even in the process of somebody doing the work, because I hear something about the inventions, or maybe it's just somebody talking. Okay, so there's that. You signifies that something within you or within the world around you had to shift before you could receive fully. But it's talking about you because, like I said, you were this as a person, and I needed to turn you into this. So I may have put you through a lot, or I may have put you through a lot, but I knew what you were outside of this. This may be more refined. This just looks like, just throw it. It ain't worth nothing. So somebody may have just thrown your ass away. You wasn't worth nothing. But meanwhile, they didn't realize, hey, gays, that this was what was down there. All right. So this is not just about receiving gifts, but about becoming the vessel that can hold them. Because do y'all not realize, for all the magic that's put in the world, you can't just put like jinn. Okay, so we can talk about that, because every culture or all cultures know about jinn, and if you don't, then blame your people. Because even in the Bible, they were talking about King Solomon. King Solomon was told not to destroy the jinn, but to use the jinn to build a kingdom. Don't destroy the jinn, use them to build a kingdom. So everything needed to work simultaneously. But jinn, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, because when you even go to kind of deal with them, and something is happening right now, even in the jinn community, because it's a lot of energy that's taking place, and it seems like it's going through the electrical. So we're going to stay on task. But either way, take it how it resonates. And if you don't know, go look it up. Jinn are a huge ass thing. They really are kind of like majorly active. But, from what I was told, we're going to leave it alone. Okay, so this is not just about receiving gifts, but also becoming the vessel that can hold them, because I also told y'all to control y'all demons. So that was important too, because everybody has them, and people will say, oh, well, you're a demon and you're bad. Bitch, you're a demon and you just not showing or telling people what you do. Everybody has demons. Good, bad, everything has to exist at the same time. Whether or not it is, we gonna leave that alone too, but control them. Control your damn demons, okay? Because y'all get me off track, because really I feel like it's about to be a whole nother scenario playing out. But we talking about your timeline, so that way we can kind of help y'all get to where y'all need to get, all right? Your energy, your soul, your very essence is undergoing... Don't ask me why, but in my spirit, it just was an energy of like... So how somebody watches a child and they're like very proud of your child when you just get to ride, they're riding a bike or something. Like, I just had that feeling. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. So you got it. All right. Your energy, your soul, your very essence is undergoing an unseen refinement. What is meant for you is now arriving in double form. Bonus gifts, time 2. Because you are no longer the same person who would have received them yesterday. You're more aligned, more attuned, and more prepared to use these gifts for your evolution. So what are these gifts? They could manifest in many ways. A revelation that changes your path. Because on the Alchemy of Souls, when these vessels or when these gifts showed up, that's what they did. They altered some of y'all paths, or they altered the people's path, because you may have been on this path, and it kept being a thing where these two souls, no matter what body they was put in, they kept coming back together. You know how we've been talking about like your twin flame journey. It was almost like, even when they tried to hide these people from each other, they kept doing this. And it was almost like the souls recognized each other every time, because the energy signature is always the same. And then they had memories of each other. And then it reminded me, like, I've been giving y'all messages this whole entire time, but I swear it may have been from somebody that was watching this, and I'm picking up, subliminally what is happening. And just so y'all know, the way this has been working, and it's funny because it's people right here in this channel, right? And I ain't gonna say no names, but the person is in here too, right? I don't know this person. Never knew nothing about this person. But energetically, horses got put in my system. The universe started showing me the horses out here physically, and I'm watching, the black cowboys and this, that, and the third, all the boots on the ground. And so I started talking about this land and these horses. And then one day I happened to mention, like, there's a man around with locks. And, I'm sure there's a lot of men around with locks, right? But this particular one was teaching me something. And I'm saying, okay, so where did this man all of a sudden come around? Because I had a dream about this man. Now, the man that I dreamt about and the man that I eventually ended up meeting that was around look nothing alike. But when I started cussing, because energetically this person, like I could feel they had, kind of crossed over into my energetic field, and I didn't like it. They was too close. So I started cussing one day, right, online, like, you nigga, you need to back up, because you are literally like you're advancing too far into my energy, and I can feel you. The funny part is how any of this works, we still learning. And I'm actually learning something right now that, y'all, I was talking to this person, and I told them, I said, when I figure it out and I start to be able to actually teach it, because right now it's like also a thing that God gifted me where I can smell when certain people come online. In the past couple of days, I've been ignoring them, and because I was ignoring them, I could smell them, but I started ignoring them because they've been online heavy a lot. I don't want that in my energy. It kind of like pulled, like, how like a battery is, like when it's being used too much, and all of a sudden the battery starts to die because of the fact that you keep using it, like a tens unit or something. I don't know how many of y'all have used a tens unit, but on a tens unit, you can fall asleep with it, or you just, use it too much. And then all of a sudden, what it's doing is it's stimulating your muscles. But because it feels so good, a lot of people just, keep using it, keep using it, but you're draining the life of the battery. So as I'm smelling these people, I'm ignoring them. Excuse me, it started draining the life of the battery, but I wasn't paying attention to that. I was just doing whatever I was doing. But this is one of the reasons why the timeline was important, because I was talking to that particular person that ended up having a horse tattoo. How did I know about the horses? The universe had already told me. I seen them. But then there was a person that actually showed up. And the person tells me all the time, I'm in way too much in their energy. But apparently lately we've been doing this, but we need to be doing this. Because I've been crossing over into his energy, and he's been crossing over into my energy, but we don't need to do that. We need to be able to do this. So I've been working with this person because we need to be doing this and not this. We need to be doing this. Because, of course, we can utilize the energy, but when we're crossing over, it's doing too much. And so I was talking to that particular person, and they said, before I even knew them, and I still don't really know the person, but I know the person, we talked, and the person said, you cussed me out one day. And I said, no, I didn't. Yes, you did. And they told me the reason why, because I was talking to them. I didn't realize who the person was, but I knew the person existed. So it's a thing. And I keep saying that the energy is doing a thing that, how they explain to us energy works. But then there's a thing with even like energy doing its own thing. We was looking up the thing about the photons or something. And what happens is when they're being observed, they run in a straight line. They do everything that they're supposed to do. But when nobody's looking, it starts to do what it wants to do, all on its own. That means energy is doing what it wants to do. And this is how some of the people that I didn't know automatically started to see me. And then even what the person said yesterday, I don't even know how I came across you. Because the energy did it. It knows it's requesting the signatures. The energy is also pulling other people in. Like, they never know how they show up on my channel. And then it's months later that they have been watching. They now know that they are a part of the soul tribe, a part of the family. But for some reason, it's almost like a glitch that, voila, I appear to them, they appear to me, because the energy signature does the thing that it needs to do. And now we are connected. And later on, when the person goes back months later, like, I don't even know how I even came across your channel or how I came across you, but now I just know that I'm a part of, whatever this is. Because you say everything that pertains to me. We started to do the same thing on the same day. So that morning I had pulled out, I was going to eat fish for dinner later on. Guess what this person was eating? Fish. It was a big thing on the channel about somebody eating pizza. Guess what they ate? Everybody was eating pizza. We're doing the same things at the same time. How? The energy, we're all connected. So it's like telepathic conversations that are happening on the sidelines, and unless you get to talk to the people and unless somebody tells you the truth, it's like when you're in a relationship with a person, right? Can you imagine, and this is what has happened to a lot of us, and this is why a lot of relationships have been breaking up too, where one person is spiritually inclined enough to kind of know what this person is thinking before this person is even thinking it. This person is picking up on this person. And it just reminded me of something that other person said yesterday too. As they said, they would never be able to lie to me, right? Mind you, I'm not even dating this person. This is the person that I just talked to, but they said they would never be able to lie to me. They said it's too much. I said, why would you need to lie? Why would you need to lie? Because this is what people do. Like, nobody really wants to be connected to a person so much that if they even were in the presence of somebody else, they would know. I would, though. Because can you imagine what would happen if you was able to cultivate that relationship with that person? It would be like I would be upstairs, they would be downstairs, and I would know that that person wants something before they even, and I would come downstairs and bring it to them. But to somebody else, that would be too much. But can you imagine being with the right person and that energy actually worked the way it needed to work? All right, anyway, so here we are. A deepening of spiritual insight, unlocking hidden abilities. A message from an unexpected source that shifts your understanding, because what are these gifts? They manifest in many different ways. A tangible blessing, money, love, and opportunity that finds you when you least expect it. Mind you, so one of the gifts that I was given yesterday, because my energy was depleted. I literally was sitting right there watching this show, and mind you, had been woke since 2:32. I had not went to sleep all night long. I was up a total of probably 24 hours straight. Why the fuck was I up 24 hours? I just could not go to sleep. So I'm sitting there. I just ain't got it. When 8 o'clock came around, I was sitting right there, just didn't want to do it. I had to focus, because also it wasn't that I just didn't want to do it. It was almost like I had to finish the task at hand because they needed to show me what I was tapping into the whole entire time. This, whatever got put out, and whether it be from just the fact that it existed, it was like I was in school. So I had to sit in class and just watch what was being given. So around 11:30, what ended up happening was, in the AM, my son comes along, right? 11:30. Because he had to go to work at 12. And so he comes downstairs, and this is the first time I've seen him all that day. So from 2:32, I was sitting right there, same location, same spot, didn't move. This show was just on, and I was just watching it, and I just could not move. Mind you, the show is amazing, right? So 11:30, he comes downstairs. Mom, I'm great. But he comes downstairs and he looks at me. He starts laughing because of the way I was just sitting. I was kind of had these pillows laid up and everything else. And I was just chilling. Mind you, without a care in the world, my whole thought process was I wasn't moving all day. So at 8 something, I seen the time. Every time something was supposed to be going on or something, like my phone didn't even ring. Which was something a little weird too, because normally it would be like a business something or another that would happen. So 11:30, my son comes down, right? So who could have pulled me out of whatever it was? Who could pull you out of whatever it is? Mind you, if this is something that you're supposed to be doing, so this person would be showing you that they can interrupt your cycle. It could also be like a handler, okay? So take it how it resonates for you. And the fact that I said they can interrupt your cycle, somebody that's energetically, okay, so it says something about tap in. Somebody that's energetically, linked to you, around you. Now, this person could create multiple problems, okay? So just so we're clear, that's my son. And of course, I would have to, I would take him to work or whatever. But what if I wasn't supposed to leave that spot? What if I was supposed to just finish that thing ahead of time? Because now the fact that I have to go take him somewhere is now interrupting whatever the task at hand was. So this could be good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. My son could be a catalyst for something. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, because he's the only person that's necessarily near me or around me. Who's around y'all? That could be the catalyst for something. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. So you may have been on task to do something or wanted to do something different, but because this person or these people came around, this incident got created by you allowing these people to now interfere, interrupt what you were doing. Again, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. It could mean nothing, but it could mean everything. Because my son is the one that does it every time. You see what I'm saying? So now at 11:30, I got to take him to work. So around 11:50, we leave the house, right? So now I'm outside. Take him to work. I decide to get on one of the platforms. And then I start talking to the person. I call the person because now I'm like, I ain't got it. Mind you, everybody had been checking on me. The person called me, texted me in the morning, but mind you, I had not talked to anybody because my energy was saying, no, deal with whatever this is. So just as an alchemist transmutes, okay, so the other thing, when, that was something on TikTok. When the person gets involved, it now turns the situation into something different. Okay, so it's like the energy, because magic manipulation. So now he has manipulated me or moved me, because not manipulation in a way where you would think it, but it's still movement. Okay, so movement is manipulation. So he has now gotten me to move from that spot into something different, right? So just as an alchemist transmutes lead into gold, you're transforming limitations into power. This is why the gifts come now, not before. You needed this moment, this version of yourself, to fully receive and wield them. Trust in divine timing. Trust in your soul's alchemy. Your transformation is making space for something extraordinary. Stay open, because today the gifts will arrive. Today the gifts will arrive. Yesterday, I just didn't have it in me at all, period. Because what I was focused on was something different. So, and also what I knew was I needed to make money because I needed to do something, right? Let me tell y'all how, this is how the universe works, and this is how you know that what you're doing is what you're meant to do. So I had a certain limit. Every day I have a certain limit. If I make $100 a day, I'm good, right? So even though it might not be good, but it's good. It's better than nothing, okay? And it could be nothing. Yesterday, I didn't have, my focus was elsewhere, and I don't know why I had just got pulled in, but literally I was, kind of thinking, why was I picking up whatever was on this show? Because it's almost like I knew what was there, but I've never seen this before. So the universe trying to teach me something in the process, because I'm learning shit. So in the process of me doing that, I can't be in two places at one time for me to be out doing this and then doing that. I even tried it, but everything in me kept saying, go back in the house. And I'm going to tell y'all why. So out of nowhere, I go and I get on the platform, but the system is not working. Like my phone is glitching so bad. So I'm turning it off, trying to, shut the programs off, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. Shit just was not working. All right, so on the first thing that I just decided to do, I'm like, because this is a whole hour into the situation. So we're about 12 something right now. My energy is on, you need to be in a house. So That's all I was thinking. I walk into Walmart, into the store, and my son, the other son, the oldest one now calls me. So this is two sons now. My oldest son calls me and he says, um, Mom, do they still sell such and such at Walmart, right? And I'm saying, I'm standing right beside it, so here it is. Oh, well, if you want that, I'm gonna buy it for you for lunch. So I'm like, you know what? And that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna go in the house and I'm gonna just sit and do what I'm supposed to do what I'm doing, because I just don't feel like I want to be a part of whatever this is today, right? So now my son is done offered to get me my food so I don't have to spend no money, right? But mind you, everything is a part of the process. So now my oldest son is there. So I finished doing what I was doing. I went and got my stuff, and but before that even happens, I go to check my account because I was supposed to do something. I got money out of nowhere. And so as I'm talking to the person, I said, that's strange, because I knew I needed a certain amount of money today. The money's already in my account. So long story short, the money came from a fucking class action thing. So I got 2 deposits yesterday from something that apparently, you know how like when you buy something and then you sign your name and you say that it went in my account yesterday. So I didn't have to do any of the stuff that I would normally do. The work on any of the platforms, the money just came to me, which was my second confirmation. Go back in the house because you already did the thing. Or I could have just bucked the system and added more money to but my energy was saying, and this is where trusting your intuition. Are you listening? Because I gave you the gift. I gave you something because I needed you to focus on something else. And yes, I could have did, the other thing, but it could have led to issues because everything in me felt like you have to focus on this. All right, so Pisces, bonus gifts time 2. Yesterday, a message of gifts was meant to reach you, but for some reason, it was delayed until today. Spiritually, this could mean that divine timing is at play. What is meant for you cannot be rushed, and sometimes the universe orchestrates delays to ensure you receive your blessings at the right moment. If something didn't arrive when expected, it was meant, and maybe because more aligned energy or opportunity needed to be in place first. So you had to take a class. I had to take a class. I had to see something. So we went back to the land movement and land placement, because these kingdoms had gotten themselves set up to where everybody had to make sure they worked together. But there was only one family that was like a king and a queen. But literally what it was showing was there was a shift in power every time. The alchemy of souls was not supposed to be performed at all, period. It was supposed to, because it was like sorcery. So, but what was ending up happening was like people didn't want to die. So where one of the queens got shifted into a sorceress body, or a sorceress got shifted into a queen's body. So it was people that were empowered that shouldn't have been, because what they were doing was shifting souls with other people, shifting bodies with other people. And they kept talking about something about the constellations and a king star, like how in the Bible it would have been when Jesus was born, a specific constellation or star was in the sky. Mind you, every single one of y'all, every single person that exists was born under a constellation. So whatever was happening at the time in the universe, that's how you, like, they talk about your natal chart, what was happening back during times when they could specify how this person would be born and then this person would be married to this person. That's how they arranged some of the marriages, because they knew that certain people belonged with certain people. Thank you for the gifts. Certain people belonged with certain people, but because of history and people feeling like they should be more in power, or people shouldn't know this, or people should, it's the manipulation of the world, the system, what we live in right now, but also the spiritual realm being manipulated in a way where good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. there has to be balance. So when one thing exists, so does the other. So when the disaster was created in the earth, there was also something created to avert the disaster. That's the way things work. So the same way we're living in times right now where somebody's trying to bring back, some shit that stuff a lot we not dealing with. As they exist, so does the good side of that. And now it is for the people who are on the right side of things or the people who are on the wrong side of things, everybody's stepping up. So the order is coming. So what I saw was there's a little black girl on TikTok, and she is always talking about, it's the breaking news, because Aaron, the other dude, does breaking news too. But there's this girl, and she was talking about how these twins just got killed in Georgia, right? And I think the word is overzealous, the word that I want to use, because she's basically like, everybody needs to, I think the black community is laying down this, then, a third, and they're getting a little bit complacent. And in my mind, I kept saying, she don't know what she's talking about. But, everybody has a platform, so everybody can say what they want. And I'm not judging. But when I went to the comments, the people in the comments were saying exactly what I thought. And it's not that anybody, we should be worried about anybody triggering us into anything. It is when the time is right and the moment is right, the power that is needed will step up because it has to. What is happening right now is when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Mind you, the student is us and the teacher is also us at the same time. It is like when a power starts to come into the universe, or a power starts, when it's necessary and it's needed, a power will develop to overtake or to do, to defend on the other side. It's just the way of the world. It's the way of nature. It's the way that it is designed. So when bad rises and it's like evil, overpowering evil, there will also be an overpowering good that shows up. Which side are you playing on? And this is where I keep saying people need to take a very good look in the mirror, because people will say, oh, I will fight for, good, or I will fight for evil, or I will fight for what, but most of the time they're doing it for monetary gain. Like, people will sell their souls because I want to be famous, because you want to be rich. That's the song that came into my mind. I want to be rich. Like, they want to be rich. Meanwhile, not realizing, like, is that really what you wanted to do? And do you not realize, like, God never takes anything back from y'all? Like, literally, I've been teaching this on this channel the whole entire time. It's so lit on, the good side, because guess what? It's where the people will say, oh, I can't come down here and, dog walk you. But guess what? God got angels that he will send to, take you on up out of here. So can you imagine where somebody will say, okay, I'm going to sell my soul. Somebody comes along and I'm going to sell my soul because I want to be rich. Meanwhile, you don't realize I'm taking everything away from you. Like, to me, it's like a no-brainer. Why would you want to go pay for that side when over here you can have all of that, it not be taken away from you, and I can still go over here and beat your ass, astaghfirullah, if I needed to? Because you're going to get what you're going, like, but it's the thing where people will tell you, like, I'm loving light. I'm loving light. So you're not allowed to do certain things. Says who? Because if God tell me to come get you, I'm going to go get you. What are you talking about? And there comes a time in life and in history where we going to have to go do something. Standing on the good, you're going to have to draw your sword on somebody that has now thought that they should come across here and play in your face in all the wrong ways, all unprovoked. I didn't ask you nothing. You could have stayed over there. But meanwhile, you wanted territory, you wanted land, you wanted power, you wanted this fight. So God gonna give you the gifts that's necessary and needed to beat their ass. But these gifts come with everything. Why do people not understand? And people can do what they want. People can do what they want. You can sell your soul. You could do this. You could do that. But just so y'all know, sometimes y'all see people on the other side, and this is where sometimes you need not to be judging a person because you don't know if God sent them over there. God is in everywhere. God don't need you. If you're saying everything has to be perfect or I have to be perfect, like God needs some imperfect people that's gonna go into these places. Like when God told me, and I had an issue with the glitch, right? You're gonna have to go to some dark places to recover some people because they don't belong there. Some people got put in some dark places, they don't belong there. I'm gonna need you to go get them. And I put my hand up and I said, okay. Because I love my life and I'm gonna fight for every moment that I can be here. Now that I got, a legacy, a history, or even something to even fight for. It's like when you lose everything. I had nothing else to lose. So of course I'm a fight. I'm a fight for me. I had people around me saying, oh, she's crazy, this and the third. But I wasn't crazy when I was doing everything for you. I wasn't crazy when you call me and I'm the person that you ask for advice. I'm not crazy then. But then when I start telling you that the messages that are coming across spiritually, God is saying we have to be in alignment. There's going to be something that happens and you're going to have to go into places and recover some people. And it's not going to be places that, you're normally used to. It's going to be cuts and crevices and like you're going to have to be prepared for that. Mind you, I've been preparing you already your whole entire life. I just need for you to see it. You don't have a spirit of fear. I need for you to see that this is where I'm sending you. This is what's happening in the world. The veil is just gone. Like if you're not seeing them shadows just running across here, if you don't feel what's happening at nighttime, if you don't feel what's happening with the people, I don't know what to tell you. But what I can say is I feel it. The energy's draining. Why it is that so many people are not paying attention, I don't know. But the universe is basically giving you all the cues, all the codes, all everything for you to now say, okay, what do I got to do? Like, if you are going to do nothing, then you might as well die anyway. That was one of the messages that was on there. And I love the message because guess what? If you're going to do nothing, what are you here for? It's a waste of space. If you're not going to be willing to make sure that your families, whatever it is, even other people's family continues to be able to be here to take on and take care of Mother Nature or continue to take care of the world. If you are just willing to hand this world over to darkness, what are you here for? You should be the first one on the front line because you don't care no way. So why not? If you're not willing to fight for yourself, fight for the babies. Like they should want to be able to live in a world where it's not somebody trying to take the innocence from them, because it's a lot of these people trying to take innocence. Like these kids not even allowed to just grow up and have fun and play double dutch and play kickball and play fucking like the shit that you would play double dutch in the street. Like what you saying? Like the good old times when it was just king of the hill or king of the mountain, whatever y'all wanted to call it. When it was Miss Mary Matt, like, excuse me, for you to get outside and go to the playground and get pushed on a damn playground. Now it is only for a select few to have good memories in this world. That's not right. That is not right. For your family to even be able to take you on vacation. Like a lot of kids don't get to see that. That should not just be for, oh, if your family, like that shouldn't be. For kids to be able to just go run around outside in a field of grass and the air not smell crazy. like these should not just be things that are like, okay, that's a luxury for, a certain group of people. For them to go see beaches. I don't know about y'all, but one of the things popped up about being a latchkey kid yesterday. If you were a latchkey kid, then you're probably a loner. Do you know, like, a lot of people don't know what a latchkey kid is? A fresh air child. Like, that was from when the people in the city would be able to go to the farms and this, that, and the third, and see trees and things of that nature. Or for when the people in the country be able to go and see a high-rise building or something of that nature. Like, it just should not be where sooner or later none of it is going to exist in any form or fashion, because you have to have a certain amount of whatever the fuck these people talking about. I don't know. Either way, physically, this delay could symbolize hidden blessings working behind the scenes. Perhaps you were not yet in a mindset to fully appreciate or recognize the gifts being offered. Do y'all know how even like gardening, right? Because I didn't grow up doing that, but I find that now to be like one of the biggest things that I love, because now I can do it myself. But it's important because of the fact that now you realize you're being fed poison. But do y'all even realize how kids probably would love, and this was one of the things, because it popped up too, a little girl, the lady was saying her daughter wanted to learn how to grow, and I told her the most amazing way for her to teach her is the stuff that they order from the grocery store. Buy some dirt and let her see that they eat that, like the tomatoes. You cutting up tomatoes and things of that nature, or lettuce. Teach your kids to take the stuff that they are already using and already eating and put it in dirt. And watch how amazing, like, even their mind starts to click. You mean to tell me I just bought this lettuce from the grocery store and I could just put it in water, set the bottom part of it in water, and it's going to grow more lettuce, and I could just come and take... Yes. I just bought tomatoes from the grocery store, and I can take a slice of a tomato and put it in the dirt. Tomatoes will grow anywhere. Just so y'all know, like, it don't take much work for a tomato. You just plant it and go. You can water it if you want to on a daily basis, or don't water too much, but tomatoes will grow and they'll regrow themselves. Like right now, I got greens growing. I didn't grow them greens. You know what I did? I went to the grocery store. I wanted greens one day. I started eating the greens, cooked the greens, and I take the little stems off. I just put it in a compost. The shit is growing out of the compost all by itself right now. Hey, Poetic Lounge, thank you for being here. So some of these things y'all don't realize, these hands be magical. Your energy, when you have good energy, mind you, I've been laughing because, and it's people that will have a lot of money, right? And they'll say, oh, I went and got a farm because I live on a farm, because I'm proud to say that I just got a farm because I had money to buy a farm. Bitch can't grow nothing. Energy fucked up. Meanwhile, y'all that can't afford to buy a farm can grow anything, anywhere, because the energy that flows through your body is meant to grow. So that's also another thing. People be getting put in positions because they have stuff, or because they, manipulated, stole, did whatever it was they needed to do to be put in a place where they can't grow nothing. Mind you, somebody else different can come right to that same land and get everything to grow. Energy don't lie. And a person can sit in front of you and say, oh, they're the best person ever, this, that, and the third. Not. That's one of the tests that I even like for people. Like, if you show up, grow something. Let me see what you could grow. Because if you can't grow shit, I don't care what your mouth says. Your energy told me everything that I needed to know about you. You can't grow nothing because your energy's bad. You can move to this land, you can be on this land, or the land is just not receiving to you, because that was also another thing. You know how in the Bible it talks about how Cain killed Abel and Abel's blood cried from the ground. That's how God knew that Abel was dead, right? Do that not sound like something that's magical to y'all? Like, your energy, your blood, sweat, and tears. It's like if you cry. Because if I cry, shit gets active. If I cry, I can make something happen right then. But I don't use my tears lightly. If I cry, it's because this is definitely needing some crying, needs to be happening. But mind you, when I cry, I know that something is about to happen. There's some strongholds being brought down, because God ain't going to play about them tears. the energy of life, your life source, connected to the universe. I was also watching something about these big trees, these big giant trees. And I think it was in California, but it is the giant trees, the ones that the base they look like a mile all the way around. Them being significant and important. And what are the bonus gifts times two? They could be anything: an unexpected financial blessing, a message that shifts your perspective, an act of kindness that opens your heart, or a spiritual download that deepens your connection to the universe. Maybe someone gives you something tangible, or you suddenly realize you already have everything that you need. So you already have everything that you need. So if you take away from nothing today, understand that everything that happens to you, we created a timeline. So by the time that I got done watching the Alchemy of Souls, right? It was literally transforming my spirit from one thing into the next, transforming my mental thought from one thing to the next. Because literally we already know that certain things already exist in the world, right? We also know the history of certain things, like things being taken away, things that were hidden, things that are trying to be manipulated even now, right? So one of the things that popped up also yesterday was the power of the people, because I told you, don't bite the hand that feeds you. So the powers that be thought that because they are empowered, they are the hand that feeds us. They are the hand that they're in control of some of the things, and so, or what they feel like everything. But then they realize that when there is no people to do anything, there is no money to be made. I told you I ran a trucking company for 10 years. And so in that company, I figured out that you have to learn how to, don't ask nobody to do nothing that you wouldn't do for yourself. So I learned how to, drive. I learned how to broker the freight. I learned how to do every aspect. Like, I can even drive heavy equipment. So even like, cause I did heavy haul for a while, and some of the equipment that you get put on, like it would be remote controlled, or you would have to drive it on. I done drove one of them. I don't know if it's the thing that pulls the airplane out and they put luggage on, a tug. That's what it's called. I done drove them. Because literally, I don't know, I'm fascinated by equipment and things of that nature. So sometimes you just have to know that the position that you're in isn't the position where you also will stay, but also the position that you're in is necessary to the system. Like, even the small people play a huge role, because as I told y'all, I gave y'all the trucking analogy yesterday, but if you're rude to a forklift driver, you might not make it to your next destination on time. If you're rude to a forklift driver, you might not get your load taken off in time. Now, somebody would see them as insignificant because you're just a fucking forklift driver. But yeah, they can fuck with your time. Understand that every part is a part of the system. Every person is a part of the system. Don't try to dismiss nobody because you feel like they are a small fry. Because guess what happened yesterday? One of the things that I was noticing was they was talking about how Elon Musk apparently is losing a lot of money, and even his own people are now pulling out of his company, but he thought he had it all. And we not done yet. The people are not done yet. So everybody still needs to, inform these people. You just can't be a nasty energy, a nasty individual, and think that you're going to be supported by anybody. And so, yes, return his shit, pull your money from it, whatever it is you got to do, because when you're arrogant, arrogance is a crime against the people, humanity, and the arrogance is a crime even against yourself. But some people be way arrogant. Oh, I'm sitting in a position of a billionaire. Well, what's going to happen when you're not sitting in that position no more, because you got to that position and you treated people nasty? Be careful about how you treat people, even the smallest people, because you don't realize the position that they're in today could also not be the position that they're in tomorrow. And the position that you in today may not be the position that you could be in tomorrow. And the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Do you know what people like him that are not used to being broke do with themselves when they finally get to that position, they don't like being here. But mind you, do you know what a person who has already started off in a, I ain't got nothing to lose, all I can do is try to be great anyway in every form and fashion, when they get to where, oh shit, it's this, normally they still do all the things that are, and, take a how it resonates for you. But in my mind, I feel like when you are all for the people from the beginning, you will be for the people. So you will probably learn lessons like not being taken advantage of, not allowing just because now you have this people to come in and, be able to, take over, or for you to have to try to give to everybody. Because one of the messages is also, and this is what I discussed with a person yesterday, confirmation. Some things you need to keep to yourself. Some things you need to keep to yourself. And even if you want to do for the masses, for the people, for a nation, do what you're being guided and always listen. Don't have people in your ear trying to corrupt what the message is, okay? Excuse me, because there's going to be some people that come along and they're going to say, oh, well, you should do this. The same way you got to where you were, listening to the spirit, listening to your intuition, do the same exact thing. It's good to have, people to advise and this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, create you a space where you can go in your closet and hear the universe, where you can get away from everybody, because this is something that probably will not be told to you. Being a smaller person, getting to a bigger place and a bigger location, with a good attitude and a kind heart, they will try to take advantage of you. I had a man one time, literally, and I told y'all this about a couple weeks ago. He said, and mind you, it was nothing but another confirmation, because I had already heard the message, don't allow it to be corrupted. But this man who was in a good place, he runs some type of, I don't want to say YMCA, but he runs some type of organization for kids, and he is at a church. And he said the one thing that he would tell me is, don't allow for a person, because somebody will come in and they will say, oh, I can help you get put here, right, in a position, right? And he said, when you're being led by God from the beginning, nobody can put you in, nobody can come in and say, I can put you anywhere, because it will be another thing that's led by God. But he said what they do is they will try to now insert them, like, insert themselves into the situation. And then it's more like, what's the word? Grooming is what they will start to do. Because once they now realize they can insert themselves, they will now start to try to lead you in ways that benefit them and not the mission from the beginning. And he said the reason why he could tell me this is that he wished he had to listen to himself. He said he heard the mission, he heard the lesson, he heard the assignment. But then some people came in and said, let me show you how to do this. Meanwhile, where he got because God was showing him, or his spirit was showing him, his intuition was showing him, he was being led. But then somebody came along and said they can do it a lot faster. I can put you in this position a whole lot faster. They didn't want to hear what was being given. They saw his potential. They saw where he was going. And then all of a sudden, they wanted to corrupt the message. Don't allow the message to be corrupted. So we have to have some discernment on the people who start to insert themselves, because, of course, your tribe is coming. The people are coming. Some of them are already here. Some of them will try to insert themselves in a way that basically now your message is corrupted, or the message is corrupted because you can't hear what God is saying anymore, because you got all these people talking. So suppose, even like, and I was telling one of the guys yesterday, now suppose everybody's in trouble right now because of the lessons that they're learning, right? And I don't want to use the word trouble, but that's the word I'm going to use. So you could be a person who has learned your lesson on so many different levels, and now you're different than what you've ever been. So now I'm going to insert this man or this woman into your life. And mind you, you've been at peace for so long that now, you're thinking, okay, they're nice, and they will come in the way that, makes you want to put your guard down, right? In 32 days, guess what's going to happen? You start to realize or recognize yeah, I shouldn't have never done that. Like, it was good for the moment, it was good for the time, but now you start to realize the representative has now gone away, and now the real individual is now servicing and letting you know, this is really me, and I'm inserting myself into your system because now I've kind of either taken you off track a little bit. I've created delays in your life a little bit. I've now made you lose a little focus. Either way, it was meant to happen. It was a plant because you was moving a little bit too fast, right? I was trying to, you was getting to this destination, but so now I got to insert something into the system. And a lot of people fall for that because they be thinking, oh, I don't want to be, by myself, or I've been by myself long enough, or, maybe this is the right person. No, they just know how to say all the right things, right? And now there's a setback in your life because you allowed this person to insert themselves, insert their energy, insert their situation into your situation. And now all you are is, and we should never be regretful because everything is a lesson, but you already knew that lesson. You already knew that lesson. With every person you have already checked off this, that, and the third, you already knew the lesson. So recently I told y'all, they insert, oh, send this person, oh, hey, Miss Lady, such a, like, I don't got time. I'm busy. And it's not that I don't want to be in a relationship with anybody. I'm just focused. I got stuff that I need to do. So yes, there will be men around. There will be women around. There will be so many people around. But I'm not dating none of y'all. Because at the end of the day, that's not what I'm here for. Like, I got to focus on this. So now I got to start trying to figure out, or now they start trying to figure out spiritually how to insert something else into her life. Because she's not falling for the people, not falling for that. All right, let me see if I can insert something else. Drugs, alcohol, this, that, or the third. She's not falling for that. Whatever it is, whatever the vice is, or whatever they think they will be able to use to kind of alter your destiny or put you off on another, distracted ass pathway, is what's going to happen. You have to be mindful that bonus gifts comes too. The universe is already supporting you in a way that, are you listening? Because again, we worked out the timeline and I showed y'all this happened, and this happened. And the reason why certain things are happening is because the universe is opening up to let you know it may be chaotic around you, and there's a lot of stuff that's been chaotic, but there's a blessing happening even when chaos is available or when chaos is apparent. And the bigger the chaos, the bigger the blessing. Because when one exists, so does the other. Be mindful of that. So this may not be going right, but it could be worse. So are you having an attitude of gratitude? Are you being thankful for what's existing in your world? I told y'all another scenario. The lights went out the other day, and on one side it was chaotic, havoc, blackness, darkness. Down the street though, like 2 miles down the road, it was jumping. Lights, camera, action, everything happening, a lot of activity. But down here, it's fear and havoc. The street lights don't work. It's panic. So what are you instilling into the universe? What are you projecting or ejecting? What are you consuming and now putting out into the universe? Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. A lot of things are happening to keep you on track, but we're talking about bonus gifts. So apparently a lot of y'all had done the work and you're doing the work. So I want to say congratulations, because are you open to receiving? And if you're not, you should be. Because if you feel like, oh, I've been going through a lot and this is, this has been happening and this has been, but are you realizing that the reason why a lot of these things are happening is because on the flip side of that, something amazing is happening as well. So the reason why I had to get away from these people, or the reason why all of these people started stabbing me in the back, is because I have to get away from them, because God is bringing in some new people, some people that I can trust. The reason why I lost a gang of money on this is because maybe I didn't handle certain things right, or maybe because and maybe God is now showing me that I can obtain this thing again, but now I got to not do this. Don't insert this portion into my life. So who are you and what are you putting out into the universe? Are you a good person with good ways, or are you, I'm good sometimes? And because honesty is key, and that's the other part. Because I tell y'all real quick, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. I'm always an amazing person because that's what's in me. I'm not just gonna do some weird shit because it's not in me. I'm going to be the same. If I turn this camera off, anything that I say on the other side of this camera, I'm going to say to you. And most of the time I get in trouble for saying, shit that I shouldn't say anyway. But God know I thought it. So if God know, I don't care what you think. And sometimes certain things have to be said and people will say, oh, well, you shouldn't have said that. Yes, I should have. People need to really understand that me telling the truth is not an offense to you. It would be offenseful to me if I didn't tell the truth. Because God knows that I told a lie. And if God knows that I told a lie, I'm sorry, but that's more important because I got to get into heaven or hell. And when I get into heaven or hell, it's going to be because of what I said, what I did, not because of what people were watching and me wanting to be, oh, I need to be friends with everybody but I am friendly with everybody until they're not friendly with me. Or until I say something that basically they're not going to like, that requires them to take a look into the mirror and say, yeah, my friends be lying to me and she was right. I'm not a get along ass bitch. So, there's that. I love y'all. And bonus gifts coming in. Timeline, are y'all paying attention? Because again, be mindful. I should have been writing more of this on here. But also there's a Judas around. That came out of nowhere. But be mindful. But then the assignment. So just so we know before we go, I'm going to just say this. Because Judas was on assignment. If you actually read the real story, or if you actually hear it. So if I tell you to do something, Deuteronomy, if I tell you to do something, right, and nobody knows that I told you to do that, and then you get labeled as a person who betrayed me, but mind you, I told you to do that, then what? But also be mindful it was necessary. So, there are necessary evils. So even including in this message, bonus gifts, you have gone through a lot, but certain things are necessary. Because Judas was necessary to the plan. But Judas got told to do the thing that he did. So take it how it resonates. I mean, y'all figure it out for yourself. But either way, congratulations on your blessing. You've been through a lot. Prayerfully, you stay the course and trust your instincts, your intuition. And that's all I got for y'all. So love y'all. Happy Saturday. See you later. Thank y'all for being here.